Senegal playing at home in front of their home fans as they want to get a win on game day one here. And Senegal missed out on the last World Cup. Obviously, Côte d'Ivoire were there. And Coach Diop heading over and shaking hands with Coach Hoya Ramos as tonight's officials, not just about these two teams, Abdallah Abulo, Mr. C. Youssef, and Am Zahid are calling tonight's game here in Dakar, and it is a celebration already. And they are going to be lively all night long. I can guarantee you that. Well, lots to talk about with these two teams and lots of players for us to fixate on, as we will shortly get the starting lineups for both these teams as they are back warming up before heading to the bench for some last minute advice. Well, I mentioned it, Côte d'Ivoire ended up losing to Mali in the quarterfinals. Mali making it all the way, and they lost to Angola in the finals. And well, they want to get back to the World Cup. They were there back in 2023, and they want to have a better showing. They are missing a couple players from last year's AfroBasket roster. Do they have enough to go up against Senegal here on the road? And well, Kouadio right there, he says, you know what? I'm going to make sure that my team gets there. He averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds at last year's AfroBasket. And I think they want redemption from AfroBasket, to be honest, because I know that they expected, we're heading into that event last summer thinking, or thought that they would be able to do better, get on the podium, and well, some things just don't go the way that we want them to. Obviously, Jean-François Kébé, the captain for Côte d'Ivoire, brings the experience for them. I'm excited to see Assamien Moulare, point guard. He averaged over 12 points a game at AfroBasket. He was also there on that team in 2023 that went to the World Cup. So let's see what he's going to do. And obviously, Kra there. Well, a lot at stake. It's not the end of the world. Remember Côte d'Ivoire when they were qualifying back for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. They struggled in the first window, I guess we could say, and they finished strong and ended up qualifying. And well, you never want to wait until the last windows. We do know that 5 African teams will qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and they have to finish top 3 in their pool to move to the second round, as Lionel Kouadio, Jean-François Kébé, Kevin Yebo, Sydney Haumond, and Nasir Zuzua getting the start for Coach Ramos, as has his players on the bench right now. And Jai, Wasi, Faye, Camara, and Diop are going to be starting for Coach Diop and Senegal. And well, there it is. We have 1 minute, as you see on the Tissot countdown clock. To tip off coming up shortly. Game 1 for these two teams in the World Cup qualifiers. team's coming out. They're excited. They are ready to go. The last game of the night here in Dakar. As mentioned to him earlier, the head coach of Senegal, Nganye Sagana Diop, is heading this team who, well, they definitely have some stars on the team. Are they going to continue to have the kind of success and play the way that they were at the end of AfroBasket 2025? I said it's a party. They are excited to see their team play, and these are the beauty of these qualifiers, getting to watch your national team playing at home. Good evening and welcome to Dakar, Senegal. We are here for the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Côte d'Ivoire winning the jump over the home team, Senegal. And that three-point shot hits the front rim. We have a fight for the rebound, but it is gonna stay with the shot clock reset. Senegal ball, sorry, Côte d'Ivoire ball, excuse me. Calling it game day one of this window. It's actually window two. They did not play in window one in November for the World Cup qualifiers. The screen, and that time good step out defense, comes up with the steal, and he's gonna flush it for the first 2 points of the game. And well, the crowd were already on their feet, and I think it's gonna be like that all night long, as Camara getting it done defensively, leading to offense, and almost 2 turnovers. Time they didn't turn it over. Oh, Côte d'Ivoire still not getting a look. This time they come up with a steal, and both teams steals, leading to early transition fast break offense. As well, a little bit of a heads up there. Yebo can't touch the ball after it goes through the hoop. And here it is, Yebo coming up with the steal. Hits it to his guard. And now full court pressure is easily handled. Nice pass, little one-handed shot, no good there by Camara. Yebo gets all the way down the lane, but he's rejected. It's gonna stay Côte d'Ivoire ball. Wants the ball cleaned, and Côte d'Ivoire coach Miguel Ramos has had a bunch of out of bounds on the baseline. They go inside that time. Zua gives it up. Shot clock's winding down. We have a step back. Kisses the front rim, and I believe it's going to be called a rebounding foul. So ball back to the home team, tied at 2 apiece. And points coming off of turnovers. Here, Senegal easily breaking the full court press as Boissy gives it up. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself, kicks it back out, nice inside out. And tough jump shot. It's no good. Offensive rebound, and wanting to set it up is Zua. Gives it up to the captain, Kebe, who's calling the offense. He's got to get going though. His shot clock's winding down. He's open at 3. He lets it fly, and that one no good. Both teams playing with a lot of excitement early in this game. High intensity, high tempo. That 3-point shot somehow rolls in and out. Boissy no good. Now got to get back and defend. Takes the hit, gets all the way to the basket, no call. And another fight for the rebound. They have numbers, it's a 4-on-3, they go up! And they flush it down. Well, talk about getting the crowd involved. And with those kind of plays, but trying to silence it is Zua, and he does, as they have a 1-point lead. 4 points by Senegal have been fast-baked dunks. That shot no good by Jai. Jai. Here it is. Look at this. Oh, that is definitely gonna get the crowd going. Jai. It's just simple to him, the game. Only averaged around 4 points a game for them at Afrobasket. Plays professionally in Italy. With another sideline inbounds. Trying to run their system. There's a couple of substitutions. Lare into the game. He's rejected though. They still have it. No, they don't. Are we gonna have another flush? Well, if that man has anything to do about it, that time he didn't flush it home. To talk about getting out and running. That's exactly what you want to see from your big man if you are a coach. Taking their time, nice patience, finds the big rolling, and an easy 2-point bucket for Tape. These Côte d'Ivoire players play professionally in France when they are not with their national teams. And Tepe is one of those, playing in Antibes. I'm sure he's enjoying the sun majority of the year. And this time, oh, the rejection from behind. It was a no call, but Yebe there does a great job following up his teammate. As Coach Ramos says, where was the foul? Wasn't necessarily needed because Kevin Yebo just did a good job following the play. And well, credit here. Well, that was the last action. Patrick Tepe just open underneath, and a nice find from his point guard. So Côte d'Ivoire, 3-point lead. We have 5:14 left in the first, as coach going to the bench early, which I like because then Côte d'Ivoire can play with this high intensity. As Tape and Camara getting into it a little bit, the referees needing to get involved. Get the ball in. Boissy, his 3-point shot is no good. And Yebo goes down. That time he's going to get the call. comes. That was a miss by Jean-Jacques Boissy. And Yebo there does a good job ripping it, holding onto it. So I think we might have blood as camera going to the trainer to get checked on. Lare gives it up. That time, Cisse comes off a little simple down screen. He's open at 3, 0 hesitation as his first shot attempt. He didn't play on the team this past summer. Plays professionally in his home country. And getting an opportunity with Coach Ramos. Nowhere to go. Oh, might have got away with a little bit of a travel from my angle. Is Badji. Either way, didn't make the basket. So Côte d'Ivoire feeling it early in this game. And well, I said, when you're feeling it, you're gonna let it fly. And that's exactly what we saw on that transition 3-point bucket. As quickly, Coach Diop of Senegal wants to talk about it. And I imagine this is gonna be a lot about defense. And let's listen into the timeout.
I don't care if it's a senior. If you need another one, or young or junior, but we go see. Okay, press him full court. Press him full court. Bigs, always ready to help him. Okay? Guys, move the ball. Doesn't matter what we play. Don't keep the ball in your hands. Don't keep the ball in your hands with the ball screen, because now ball screen, they play heads. Pass the ball, and later the big guys cannot stop you in the close out. So attack, hey, and go hard. Forget the rest, guys.
Well, you absolutely have to love these Senegalese fans because they are so excited to see their team playing at home. And I mentioned it quickly earlier, like this is the advantage and the joy that we get to see with these FIBA basketball windows now, because a lot of teams are playing at home where maybe sometimes they would never play at home because they weren't hosting major FIBA events. And really the sport has grown because of that. As that ball out of bounds by Dali. And quite forced a turnover. But you absolutely have to love what Coach Ramos is doing and how much confidence he has in all of his players, even the bench players. And that was a tough take. And Cisse fouls, so it's going to be an and one opportunity. Look at this. Takes the bump. And, well, takes the bump originally as Cisse calling there, talking to the referee saying he pushed off, but just a strong move by Mane as he's able to make the basket and earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Able to convert, but there for the offensive rebound is Sané. And Coach Diop, not smiles yet, but good execution out of the timeout offensively. Cisse left open, he's already made one, and that time was fouled on the rebound. And a lot of respect these two teams have for each other. We can go back and see how many times they played each other over the years. We have a double foul coming up. So referee says, you know what? No, I'm going to clear this up now. We have a double foul. We don't often see. So it will stay Côte d'Ivoire ball as they had possession as Dali gives it up. Little hesitation, little floater, kisses it off the backboard, and just a great start offensively. That time it was Mulare, and now they come up with the steal. Goes coast to coast, not there, can't get the putback either, but this time the referees are calling a foul as Patrick Tepe, good job again following the miss. And here it is, look at this, nice hands by Mulare, the youngin, 23 years old. We're gonna be calling his name a lot. Plays professionally in France. Like I said, he had just over 12 points and 4 rebounds a game for them. He was a youngin back in 2023 when he played on that World Cup team, averaged around 5.5 points a game. At their last World Cup, he wants to get back and show his growth at the international level. 19 points now with still 3.5 remaining in the first. Côte d'Ivoire could not have asked for a better start to the game. And that time, lob pass, no good. As referees letting a lot go in this game. Mulare gives it back. That three-point shot is back rim. Got to get back. Sané now leading the break for Senegal. Spin move. Nice kiss. Oh, doesn't go in though. Simeon Mulare running the point for Senegal. Cisse has it. Tries to find the big rolling to the basket. Corner, three-point shot. No good. Another offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Mulare, who can't get it to go. Now Diop takes it all the way himself. No good there for the offensive rebound. And we do have a foul coming up, and I think it'll be 2 free throws. Here it is. Diop fakes the pass. No good. Defender gets his feet there. Heading over, and foul inadvertently might have been called for him on that offensive rebound. Oh no, sorry, I think it was Diop actually. They did end up calling the foul and tried to draw a charge. I don't think his feet were outside of the charge circle though. So Diop at the free throw line. Mustafa Diop, one of the veterans on this team. He's played a long time. Senegal. That three-point shot is blocked. How about the reach defensively? How do you shoot over that kind of a frame? Badji, this time Diop shot well off the mark. I was just saying, one of the veterans, Mustafa Diop, even if he missed that one, played for them back in the 2019 World Cup. Had limited minutes, limited opportunities. This time not able to hold on to it is Sané, so ball will go right back to Côte d'Ivoire. Yeah, he says, I know, my bad. Couldn't hold on to it. So now Cisse running point. Nice little flare screen. The roller maybe got hung up though. Shot, no good. So now slowing it down is Côte d'Ivoire. Doesn't really have numbers. Cisse gives it up. Ooh, nice shot fake. Yebo left open in the corner, and that shot is good. Kevin Yebo. to 22. I'm sure a lot of people would have thought this. As Diop going to the bench, and Daly picks up his foul. He's all smiles though. All smiles about it. Substitutions. And again, I mentioned this right away. Coach Ramos went to his bench a lot earlier than what a lot of coaches typically, I would say, like to do. And I like this because, one, it shows confidence in your bench, and two, it keeps your players' legs fresh. You want to ask them to play at a high intensity, back and forth type of game. That's exactly what you can do when you do go and use your bench, as much as we are seeing Coach Ramos do that here in the first quarter. Don't forget, they have a day to rest. Yeboah hits another three-point shot. Kevin Yeboah also has that German passport, plays professionally in Germany. Played for the Niners for a long time, for those of you who are German Professional League basketball fans. Definitely know who he is. Why not? Why not, folks? Make that three-pointers for Yeboah in the span of about, what? Oh, I think one of them was, 2 points. I thought he had 3 threes. One of them in the span of about 2 minutes. He has caught fire. Senegal to have one last shot attempt. A little shake and bake. Gets in. That's going to be a deep three if it goes. Doesn't. Has the rebound. And not enough on it, though. So, well, big-time participations by a lot of these Côte d'Ivoire players as they are heading up on the home team, Senegal, at the end of the first quarter. And just an absolutely outstanding start for Senegal. For Côte d'Ivoire, as they're up on Senegal 14-28, but that is not going to stop the fans from enjoying themselves here tonight. There's the shooting percentages. Well, 0 of 7 from three-point range compared to 6 of 16 for Côte d'Ivoire. And, well, 4 of 10, 40% for Côte d'Ivoire, 50% for Senegal from two-point range. A lot of Senegal points have come off of steals, rebounds, getting out and running as well. Those were their first couple points. And Giaye, the recipient of a very, very nice pass, and that, I can guarantee you, is going to be on a highlight reel at the end of this game. As we get to watch some highlights from the first quarter. Both teams struggled at moments during the first. That was Cisse's first basket. Probably first basket with the senior team at a major FIBA event, to be honest. And Yeboah, that one I think actually was called a 2, as he started to feel it. Well, turnovers, Senegal, they did have 5. Côte d'Ivoire only had 2. Felt like they had a little bit more than 2. Senegal just not really finding their rhythm. And next time you see that pop up, go ahead and pull out your phone and scan the Courtside 1891 QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, or log on via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. We are back. It is second quarter action, and that time no call misses it and he was out of bounds and came back in bounds as Sene, so misses the shot and then not able to come up with the offensive rebound either. Senegal trying to find their rhythm offensively, and they've had good looks. They're just not falling, as we see Sene with a little bit of frustration. And Yebo, well, that time he misses. So he is human, folks, and why not? When you've made 3 long shots in the first quarter, you're open, you are definitely gonna shoot. And what a block from behind. So again, Senegal not able to get stuff going, and that is when Côte d'Ivoire get to get out and run. This time, Lare's three-point shot was no good, so maybe got away with one a little bit. And that time blocked, and the referee says no. Got him on his hands, so earning a trip to the free throw line. 14-31. Senegal ranked 39th in with the FIBA World Rankings, and Côte d'Ivoire are ranked 39th FIBA World Rankings. Senegal 51st. Don't forget, Senegal ended up finishing 3rd at last year's AfroBasket. Côte d'Ivoire falling to Mali in the quarterfinals. A little bit of surprise by a lot of people. Well, need to get baskets, go to the free throw line. Stop the clock, score at the same time. So Senegal, they need to stay aggressive defensively and continue to attack on the offensive end. They have had very, very good looks. Jean-Philippe Daly, nice pick and pop. Remember him when he played back in Hermine in France. Obviously he has that French passport as well. And he's played his professional career in France. He's on that team, World Cup team in 2023 for Côte d'Ivoire. And that time, no foul, it's a rejection, folks. So Côte d'Ivoire absolutely getting it done. And well, Faye comes up with the steal and going to the free throw line again, as Milare didn't have much of an option other than to foul. Swipe at the ball. Ibrahima Faye heading to the free throw line as Milare is going out and will be on the bench. Let's see, he has 2 personal fouls, so might stay on the bench for a little while. Kebe, captain, telling his players to box out. Faye. So Senegal doing a good job getting to the free throw line. Côte d'Ivoire, I guess you could say they're attacking a little bit less, but when you've had success from shooting from outside, it's typical to see. As Diallo checking out for Senegal. Is going to be called for a carry. He knows it. Mishandled the ball. Gets back, ready to play defense. open initially on the catch. Probably could have just let it go instead of having to go to the sidestep. But there for the offensive rebound. And another turnover by Senegal. They have numbers. It's a 2-on-1. Takes it himself. Maybe got a little bit fancy, and it was a no call. And that time, that's an exclamation point. Kamara. Sorry, I think it was Badji. Underneath. Make sure he was not missing that one that close to the basket. As I think he was trying to draw the foul. Coaggio. Here it is. Ooh. 1931. And that shot was touched a little bit. So ball back to Senegal. Opportunity to cut it to single digits. If they hit a three on this possession. It's been a while since it has been single digits, and you have to absolutely love this crowd here tonight in the capital, Dakar, Senegal. They are excited. Doesn't matter their team is down. They just want to celebrate, enjoy, encourage, dance, and have a good night. And another turnover. It was going to be called a foul, though. Boissy looks like he loses it, but no, instead called the foul on Jean-Francois, Kebe. Didn't quite see it from my angle. Maybe he reached in. And we have a holding foul on the movement. So 4th-team foul. So you can't hold, you can armbar, but you can't hold him. I like that. I like how the referee does a good job there. Zua is the one who picked it up. So he has 2 fouls. So a little bit of foul trouble here for Côte d'Ivoire, and that time it's going to be a moving screen as Badji stares down the Côte d'Ivoire player. Oh, sorry, the foul was called on Boissy. I thought it was called on Badji. So Boissy has to go to the bench. So talking about Côte d'Ivoire, let's see here. Okay. I thought Badji said a moving screen. I didn't see the push-off first. So Jean-Jacques Boissy going to the bench. And, well, he was one of their all-stars for me at last year's AfroBasket. So big disappointment having to see him go to the bench with 3 fouls already. Averaged 19 points a game for them. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, was absolutely consistent, stellar at last year's AfroBasket. So a big, big loss for Senegal, seeing one of their main players, one of their main scorers. Well, you do it on one end, it's going to get called on the other end, folks. They give the ball right back to Senegal on their own offensive foul. And yeah, I mean, Tapé not really feet set, gets his elbow up instead of setting a good screen. Maybe the offensive, his teammate left a little bit too early. So Tapé also has 2 fouls. So a lot of players on Côte d'Ivoire with 2 fouls, and we still have a lot of minutes left to play here before halftime. No good, but there with the putback flush is Badji, as he has to cool off his hands a little bit after that putback dunk. Points in the paint as well. It's all the way to the basket. Good job there, Dali. 21-33. Points in the paint is where Senegal and the free throw line have really had their success tonight. And after, maybe it'll open up and they'll have a couple good looks from three. But Côte d'Ivoire, on the other hand, they've shot the ball well from outside the paint. And that's why they have continued to do it. Can they stay that hot? Not sure, because they have definitely cooled off here in the second quarter if we compare the first. And, well, couple turnovers, ball back to Côte d'Ivoire. That time gets inside the three-point line. And Zuzua comes up with the steal. 7 points for him. Another player who played on that 2023 World Cup roster team for Côte d'Ivoire is Zuzua. They're out, they're running. This time, strong take, no foul. And referee calls it maybe a little bit late, but the referee does call it. So Lionel Coaggio is going to go to the free throw line. And, well, India just not really positioned to play defense there on that last offensive break. And there's the putback by Ibu Baji as he's on the break. He's on the bench getting a little bit of a break. And, well, whatever is wrong with his shoulder does not look like it is bothering him. And I absolutely love these fans, because we have the fans in green, we have the fans in yellow, and they have their own bands, their own dance moves. So exciting to experience that. Great, great crowd tonight. Here in Dakar. Well, he wasn't on the bench long, folks, as Boissy back in the game with those 3 fouls. He misses that shot. Come up with the rebound, that one back iron. And this time another offensive rebound is Ibrahima Faye. That time no good, and almost another rebound, but it goes out of bounds. So offensive rebounds keeping them in the game. As Senegal, much better second quarter. Compared to the first. Well, defense getting it going, and another flush. Look at this. They are not missing if they get out and run. 5 steals to 6, and majority of those 6 steals came in the first quarter. And another steal, Boissy. And now Senegal have gone on a little run, and no surprise, Coach Ramos is going to call a timeout because he feels the momentum in this gym shifting. And 4 consecutive points off of steals. And before that, it was an issue with the offensive rebound. So let's go ahead and listen into the timeout of Côte d'Ivoire. Is a 10-point lead, but you can feel the momentum shifting here for Senegal the last couple minutes of this second quarter. They've cut the lead down to 10. And let's not forget, Côte d'Ivoire have been leading this entire game. And well, talk about points in the paint. We'll talk about statistics at halftime before we take a little break. But great job coming up with steals for Senegal. Let's see what Côte d'Ivoire can do out of the timeout. They go inside to Yebo. Yebo kicks it out. Cisse with a deep, deep three-point shot. That hits the back iron. And we saw great shooting from outside. And, well, rejected from behind, but the referee says no. Got a little bit of hand on that. So, Ndiaye, called with the foul. And it was more of the body push a little bit. So we'll go to the free throw line for 2 attempts is Almond. Well, they relied on their outside shooting in the first quarter, and the good news was it was going in. And things have shifted here a little bit in the second quarter, especially from three-point range. They've started to cool off a little bit, and because of that, they've had a little bit more of a struggle scoring Côte d'Ivoire. And another offensive rebound for Senegal, so they have just gotten it done defensively in this second quarter. They've come up with steals and they have offensive rebounds, and that's why we've seen them claw their way back into this game. They have 7 second chance points, and they have 9 points off of turnovers, and the majority of that has come in the second quarter alone for Senegal. Côte d'Ivoire, they were up 16 during this game. And still have the lead, but it's not, you can feel that it's not as comfortable as before. Moulare now in running the point for Côte d'Ivoire as he gets it back. Drives baseline, and that shot is going to be rejected, so it's going to stay Côte d'Ivoire ball. Foul. Cisse gets into the paint. He kicks it out. Nice offense and a great shot. So good movement away from the penetration. Finds Ouattara open, and he knocks down the three. And the response on the other end gets the crowd going. Kamara. Going to be able to select every single highlight of the Senegal team, and they already have a lot already, and we're not even at halftime. Cisse keeps his defender on his back, goes to the pull-up. And nice game by Jonathan Cisse. Guard, plays professionally in Côte d'Ivoire. Back out. Boissy, tough contested shot. Might have had time to create a little bit more. So Côte d'Ivoire protecting that lead. It's going to be a blocking foul. So that'll be, I believe it was on the pass, or the drive, I should say, not necessarily the shot. So both teams in bonus. Second foul. first. It's back up to 14 points lead for Côte d'Ivoire. Knocks down the second, so they're the free throw shooting. Well, I said Senegal went a lot more than Côte d'Ivoire this game. And that one, no idea how it went in. Got the kiss off the backboard. There with the turnover. Just about to hype him. 26 years old, getting his opportunity, first time playing with the senior team at a FIBA competition. And wow! Just rolling to the basket. And Kamara. Coach Ramos frustrated with the scores table. Look at this. How about that? No one stops the cutter. Kamara. Big time flush. So we have a Côte d'Ivoire timeout. Let's listen in. Wanting to talk about the attack there. And Senegal will have the ball back. It's Kamara. Great angle. And that last dunk of his. No help side. Coming for the roller. Or tagging the roller, I guess I should say. Boulare. Free throw line. He stops, he pops, he makes it count. So Senegal, they have about 15 seconds left to score on the other end. 48 points for Côte d'Ivoire. They're going to take and use as much as the clock as they can. And nice screen, good action. No good, but there for the offensive rebound. They didn't box out. Babacar Sané with 2 points just before the half. Senegal, I like the action. They miss it. Sané there with a big-time rebound and a big-time putback. And they're still trailing, but only by 11 now, 37-48 for Côte d'Ivoire at half here in Dakar. Those are the statistics. 52%, 47% have not knocked down a three-point shot. They are 0 of 14, folks, Senegal, and they are only trailing by 11. Rebounds, assists, turnovers, more or less very much equal. Yebo, 11 points, most of those coming in the first quarter. Moulare, 9 points, especially because of that 2 that he had at the end of the half. Faye with 7, Kamara with 6. All of those coming from big-time highlight dunks, as we will get to watch some of the highlights from the second quarter. And trust me, there are going to be a lot of dunking highlights by Senegal, as they were just great, doing a great job scoring, I should say, inside the paint. Both teams more or less equal points off of turnovers, 11 for Senegal and 10 for Côte d'Ivoire. Second chance points, 9 for Senegal and 7 for Côte d'Ivoire. I mentioned it earlier, right before half. Côte d'Ivoire were up 16 in this game. And, well, Senegal came back, came up with some big-time steals, some big offensive plays, and put themselves back in reach of this game. The last couple minutes, but every time Senegal kind of went on a run, you felt like someone big for Côte d'Ivoire stepped up. And Moulare, obviously, Yebo, top scorer, though he went quiet a little bit in the second quarter, did not really matter. 10 offensive rebounds already for Senegal. And has been a big reason for their success. You imagine if they had knocked down a couple more three-pointers, a three-pointer, they'd be right in this game. We're going to take a quick pause while it's halftime, but we will be back with second half action very shortly.
They're in for a showdown here tonight. Let's get this party started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me!
Turns it over, chance to run, great pass. Oh, what a block! They just do not know when to quit on a play. Ahaga comes from nowhere.
Tunisia looked to slam, just to put an exclamation mark on this, and Sayaza goes up for the dunk. That was a sweet pass.
These rebounds just to give Cameroon only one chance on the offense. Oh, that's beautiful play, Mohamed Abouzgaya. That's a great pass.
As long as you keep taking care of the ball. Côte gets inside, goes upstairs.
McCormick goes in for the dunk.
He's a hell of an asset to add to this Rwanda national team. And they come up with a steal. Oh, super little pass. Highlight time. Nice touch, great vision.
It's Almeida trying to come off the screen. Better defense that time. Ivan Almeida throws it up. Correa. Look at that lob. Correa, great timing on the cut. The no-look pass.
And Guinea are just easing to victory. Oh my, that is rubbing salt in the wound right there from Shannon Evans.
Oh my gosh! Look at this! Wow! Incredible! Slaps it and says, "Get this out of here!" That's a three, can't get it to go from Correa. He goes again. Wow, and he soars in. So we managed to get there, ladies and gentlemen.
Attacks to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Welcome back, basketball fans, as we get to watch some highlights of the top scorers from the first half. And no surprise, Kevin Yebo is going to be highlighted after his first half, 11 points. And like I said, majority of those coming in the first quarter, though. Went quiet, and, well, I say went quiet, but let's also give credit where credit is due. Defensively, Senegal did a much better job against him in the second quarter. And, well, his teammates also stepped up, and he didn't necessarily have to score. He didn't even look to shoot as much, to be honest. Senegal heading back out onto the floor as they made a nice little run there in the second quarter during moments, but Côte d'Ivoire always had the answer. Like I said, Coach Ramos and his players, I think, maybe a little bit disappointed with their finish at last year's Afro-Basket. Would want to make a point that they can beat some of the best teams in the Africas. And a win tonight, game day one for this group B, would absolutely make a statement win. We do know that both those players, both these teams, are back in action in 2 days' time. There were a lot of highlights from the Senegal team. Faye getting out, doing it offensively, especially when he is given an opportunity to run. And that one, we said, no idea how he was able to kiss it off the basket and get it to go in, but that's exactly what he did do on this last shot. Sometimes you play good defense, but there's even better offense, and that's exactly what we saw from Ibrahima Faye. Senegal back out on the floor, and no surprise, a lot of their players hanging around the three-point line, getting those three-point shots to go, as they're 0 of 14 in the first quarter. In the first half, and only trailing by 11. Sene with 5 rebounds, Boisse with 4 assists, and, well, talking about their all-star, last summer's team, who's on the team this window, Jean-Jacques Boisse. Had to go to the bench for a little bit because he had those 3 fouls, I believe it was, he picked up. And it has been a quiet first half for him. He's only 1 of 5. He has 2 points. Does have 4 assists, but he does have 3 turnovers as well. And an experienced player like Jean-Jacques Boisse, you can't imagine that he's going to continue to play like that as this game goes on. to listen, to give constructive information to your teammates. I said it, just to reconfirm with you guys. Jean-Jacques Boissé, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4.6 assists at the FIBA AfroBasket. He has not played in World Cup qualifiers in 2023 World Cup team, and you know he absolutely wants to be there. At the upcoming FIBA World Cup, 5 African teams will make the FIBA Basketball World Cup. There will be 32 teams in total. We know for the Africas, there's 16 teams competing right now. You have to finish top 3 in your group, so there's groups of 4. And then in the second round, there'll be 12 teams. And 5 of those teams will qualify after for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 32 teams in total, 5 from Africa, 7 from the Americas, 7 from Asia and Oceania, and 12 European teams will be at the next FIBA Basketball World Cup. As both teams back out warming up now, it is halftime, 37 for Senegal, 48 for Côte d'Ivoire. Coach Diop. I won't say he's looking too stressed, maybe a little disappointed how his team played, especially defensively. They gave up 48 points. Côte d'Ivoire, they did average 83 points a game. It's just they had that loss to Mali, which I'm not sure a lot of people would have pegged Mali getting to the gold medal game. They were ranked 67th in the world. And well, they won when they needed to win. And sometimes that's how these tournaments go. Tournaments go sometimes, and well, the fans had a little bit of break just like you and I did at halftime, and they will be ready to go for second half action coming up shortly. Well, welcome back, fans. It is FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers game day 1 here in Dakar, Senegal. Halftime, they are trailing the home team 37-48 over Côte d'Ivoire, as Côte d'Ivoire starting with the ball. Yebo has it up top. Strong defense by Faye. Yebo, shot fake. Backdoor, no good. Good defense on that possession by Senegal, but they can't finish a defensive possession, and that is coming up with a defensive rebound as Cisse gets the rebound, lets that three-point shot fly, no good. Tip back, tip out. Moulare this time gets it to go. You give them 3 opportunities, they are gonna score, folks, especially with the way that they have been playing. Penetration, no one to pass to, and I think a little bit of frustration offensively, asking his teammates to cut, needing them to cut, I should say. And it is going to stay Senegal ball, though. Diop has it out of bounds for the home team and gets all the way to the basket. Boissy, a very, very slow night for him offensively, but that time getting it done on the offensive rebound. Flexing the muscle is Kamara, as he is going to go to the free throw line. Look at this. Tips it to himself, gets fouled once, twice, maybe 3 times, gets it to go, and is going to the free throw line. Three-point play opportunity. And that one rattles in and out, and Yebo there for the rebound. This time, they come up with the stop. Oh, almost turn it over. Nice hands, corner, Diop, shot fake, drives, a little bit of a hang time, gets all the way to the basket. No foul, doesn't matter because he makes it anyway. Cisse gives it up to Yebo. Yebo's shot, front rim. It's a 1-on-2, 1-on-3. Foul, so going to the free throw line. Well, said it's been a slow night for that man right there, Jean-Jacques Boissy. But definitely getting himself going. There's still a lot of time left in this game for the top scorers of last year's FIBA Afrobasket. It has been a while since it has only been a 7-point lead for Côte d'Ivoire. They led the entire first half. The response, Cisse shot, no good. And now they're out. They are running. Will this be their first 3 of the game? It will not, but they come up with an offensive rebound. That time, penetration gets all the way to the basket and is going to go to the free throw line. So a good job attacking the basket. Good job offensive rebounding and giving themselves second chances, and they still have not been able to make a 3-point basket. Senegal averaged 85 points a game last year at the FIBA Afrobasket. We're not a strong 3-point shooting team, though, at that event. Only averaged 26%. We're at 0% tonight. Yebo trying to get something going. That is not what he wanted to do as he turns the ball over. And getting a little heated here, both teams. How about that? We are in the bonus, folks, for Senegal. They just need to stay aggressive and make Côte d'Ivoire foul them, and they'll get to the free throw line. There it is. Biggest lead was 16 for Côte d'Ivoire, 2 for Senegal, and 2 was they had the first 2 points of the game. And that time out of bounds, so ball back. Senegal were gonna come out strong to start the second half, and that's exactly what we have seen here early. And Côte d'Ivoire seem a lot less comfortable to start the second half. Mulare gives it up. Shot clock has to let it fly. That time, no good. And slowly cutting into this lead is this home team. They go inside. That time, no good. I don't know if he wanted a goaltending. And slowing it down on the defensive end. They do have fouls to give, obviously. Unlike Côte d'Ivoire. A coach's challenge if they're going to upgrade this, and we'll be able to listen in and watch in and see what the referees are seeing at the same time. Of the coach's challenge. So at the free throw line, Guadio hits both of them. Well, you got to make a play on the ball. You can't just slow it down. Even if everyone in the gym knows you're fouling to slow it down, still needs to be a play on the ball. So Côte d'Ivoire with 2 free throws and the ball back. And it's going to stay. They have 1.6 seconds remaining on the shot clock now. Get a shot, they get a look, no good. They almost get a tip in as well, but Senegal come up with a defensive rebound and turn it right back over. We don't have numbers, it doesn't matter. Kick, extra pass, Yebo does not travel. Had his foot on the ground. That time is exactly what they needed, and who other than Kevin Yebo coming up big. Had that big first quarter. He needs to have a big third quarter for them. They want to come up with a road win here against the home team, I should say. And an errant pass. Not sure where he was looking. Cisse was wide open, and they just give the ball right back to Senegal. Spin move, and somehow gets it to go. Wants the call as well. Faye coming up big for Senegal. He averaged 9 and 8 at last year's AfroBasket. Already has 9 in this game. And oh, coming from behind, somehow hold on to the ball is Côte d'Ivoire. Mane coming out of nowhere. And it just went off a white jersey, so they don't come up with the steal. Here it is. Spin move. Gets the contact, gets it to go. Well, they're still up 8. And that shot blocked. Can they cut into the lead? And not sure if it was double tipped. Côte d'Ivoire, they have no more coaches' challenges. And I think Yebo knew it went off him last. Senegal. Wasi almost turns it over. Ends up into the hands of Faye. Faye now takes on Yebo. And that time he's fouled, but it's going to be a foul on the ground. Doesn't matter, he's going to the free throw line because they have been in bonus for a while now. On the bench, getting a little bit of a breather. And having a big game for Senegal. It has not been this close in a long time, folks. They go up top. And they flush it home. Are you kidding me? That is not the first time we have seen that here tonight. He's just not wearing the tape on his shoulder, but Ibu Baji with some big time alley-oop dunks in this game. So easy, his head is almost at the rim as he makes sure he is not missing that close to the basket. Well, at the free throw line, Ouattara goes 1 of 2. This has been all Senegal this quarter, and we still have 4 minutes remaining. And they go up top again because you cannot stop Ibu Baji. And a steal. Not able to hold on to it, so it's going to be Côte d'Ivoire ball, I believe. Doesn't matter, the fans love it. They're asking for a replay. I'm not sure about what. They're looking over at coach, wanting a challenge, I should say. Three-point shot, no good. There, none other Badji. They're running. They're gunning. Crowd is going to go wild if that went in, but it hasn't. Would have been their first three-pointer, but Diallo way off. 0 of 16. 9 of 30, though, for Côte d'Ivoire. It was tipped. Shot clock at 7. Tipped again. And talk about the intensity defensively here by Senegal, as they have come out with an absolutely different mindset. Shot, no good. Well, I questioned if Côte d'Ivoire could continue to shoot the way that they did, especially after the first quarter, and if they were going to rely on that. And they have been relying on that. If you look at points in the paint, it has been all Senegal. Come up with the offensive rebound, kick it out to Dali. Dali says, but you know what? I know how to get it done. Jean-Philippe Dali with a big three after the offensive rebound, and they needed that. They're back up 2 possessions. And well, it was getting heated earlier, and of course it's getting heated again. Both teams. Oh, we have a double technical coming up, as the referee is zero nonsense here tonight. We see this a lot. Players, when the referee calls their whistle, they don't want the other team to continue and shoot or do whatnot. And well, referee's here to clean up the game, make sure everything goes smoothly. And I don't disagree with it. You know what? Yeah. Emotions getting heated, go ahead, call a double foul. They both got in each other's faces. There was a foul before, though, and that's why we see Mane at the free throw line. It is a 4-point game. They were up by 16 at one point. Extra pass to the corner. That one, no good. And it is going to go back to Senegal. So Senegal with a big-time third quarter. Top. It would have been another alley-oop dunk. Ibou Badji has been unstoppable in this quarter. Just throw it up to him. There is no one on Côte d'Ivoire who can stop him unless you foul him, and that's exactly what we saw. Points for Senegal in this quarter, as Badji misses that free throw. Only 11 points for Côte d'Ivoire, and there's 2 minutes remaining. Jean-Jacques Boissy for Senegal having a more quiet game, but some other players absolutely stepping up, and that time no good, but going to the free throw line. So it was a strong referees are calling fouls on one end. You gotta absolutely love these fans. You have the group in yellow, the group in green. It's almost as though they have expended as much energy as the players. Well, shake and bake. Boissy doesn't draw the foul that time, maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Côte d'Ivoire getting out running, but who is there for the block? Might have injured himself. Boissy, finally, first three of the game comes with a minute 20 remaining in the third for Senegal, and it is none other than Jean-Jacques Boissy from downtown after a huge block by Ibu Badji. Tough contested shot, somehow gets it to go. Côte d'Ivoire still hanging in there though. Boissy, make that 2 in a row. I said he is not going to play like this all game long, and absolutely not. He has started to get going. It's a 2-point lead. It has not been a 2-point lead since about the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Sorry, the 8-minute mark, I guess you could say, in the first quarter. Senegal have not been this close all game long. Look at this. Look at this. Out of nowhere, I think he hit his head. That's how high he got. And then from that defensive effort, this is what happened on the offensive end, folks. Well, at the free throw line, Kebe misses the first. Makes a second. It's a 3-point lead, 61-64. Cisse in for Kebe. Senegal, they have a chance to tie it, folks. They were down 16 in this game, don't forget, but that time rejected. Cisse has it, bringing it up the court. It's all the way to the basket. He was open, but he gives it up. And a big time flush by Côte. So they are up 2 possessions again. One last possession offensively for Senegal on the line. And we have a foul away from the play, I think. So that is going to send Senegal to the free throw line. There's a pass from Cisse to Côte. Well, just a little too aggressive away from the basketball. Defensively, it was Côte d'Ivoire, so they send Boissy, who is starting to get going. Oh, just jinxed him. He missed the first. And we have a sub coming in. Zuzua will check into the game on this make. And 4.8 seconds, that is a lot of time to get down the court. If you were Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, no surprise they needed to pick up a little bit of token full court pressure to slow things down and almost turn it over. get the shot off, but it was not a good shot. So we are going to the benches, folks. What a third quarter for Senegal as they scrap their way back into the game, but Côte d'Ivoire is still leading 62-66, and we have 10 minutes remaining. There are the stats. They finally made a couple threes, both of them coming from Boissy late in the third. They're 2 of 18, 29% for Côte d'Ivoire. Both teams getting to the free throw line a little bit more than before as we get to watch some highlights from the third quarter. Go ahead and pull out your phone and scan that QR code, folks, to get all of the international basketball. You can go ahead and scan the QR code to get the app, or you can jump online and follow all the live action happening around the world right now. Well, we are back, and there are 10 minutes remaining here in Dakar, and the fans are loving it because their team have crawled their way back into this game. They are trailing by 4, but they were trailing by 16 at some point, and well, they were trailing by double digits for a lot of this game until the third quarter. As we have a quick foul. Again, foul trouble has been a little bit of an issue for Côte d'Ivoire, especially in the third quarter. And Côte is the one who picks up that foul as he puts Mane to the free throw line, but misses the first as Mane. Makes the second. Well, it is a 3-point game. It's a 1-possession game. And that shot, no good. And Senegal ball, so they could tie the game. And the game has not been tied since about, let's say, the 8-minute mark, I'm going to say, of the first quarter. Senegal scored the first 2 points of the game, so they did lead 2-0 at one point. And that has been their biggest lead of the game. They go inside. Badji got to throw it up higher so he can just dunk it. Alley-oop it home. Cisse gives it up. Shot fake. Mulare wants to pull it out and run something. Catch and drive. Reverse layup is no good. But I believe it was Kone is going to go to the free throw line. first of two is good from the line. Senegal shooting 71%. Shot no good. They come up with another offensive rebound and get it to go. Côte d'Ivoire doing a good job when they get to the free throw line. Well, points in the paint. This is going to be a stat I'm going to talk about at the end of the game because I'm already talking about it and we still have 8:43 remaining. 40 points for Senegal inside the paint compared to just 14 for Côte d'Ivoire. I know they have a size difference. Cisse attacks, kicks, Moulare, his three-point shot touches front rim there for the offensive rebound, not able to hold on to it, but they turn it. No, they almost turned it right back over. And that time, no good. Faye a little bit too aggressive. And we have a foul going on the other end. I think it's Babacar Sane picking it up. Points in the paint and second chance points, if Senegal are able to pull off the comeback win, are going to be a big point of emphasis for us to talk about at the end of the game as well. Coach Ramos obviously took over this Côte d'Ivoire team for last year's FIBA Afro Basket, and it's going to be an offensive foul. It's going to say the pass was off the mark to Sane anyway, and just a good job. Strong defensive effort there by Jean-Philippe Daly. Takes one for the team, knowing what is on the line, and that's what you expect from your veterans. Moulare, shake and bake. He has Sane on him. Shot fake, hesitation, gets to the basket, no good. There for the offensive rebound and putback though. So good job staying with it. Kone comes up with the 2 points for Côte d'Ivoire, and their lead is back up to 2 possessions. 5 points, 65-70 with 7:40 remaining. Moulare again has a big on him, pulls him out. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, turns it over. No, somehow, I'm not sure it's going to count. It does. It does. And just right time, right place. And I think the referees might go take a look at this. They're going to take a look at it at a dead ball, I believe. No, so we have a timeout for Senegal. And no, the referees aren't going to take a look at it. So I think we're going to get a replay, though. Kamara getting some advice from Badji. Well, Coach Diop. There it is, points by quarter. And it was that second quarter that really got Senegal going. Sorry, that third quarter that they just came out with a different mentality, especially defensively. Well, they are now down 7 again. They got it into a 1-possession game. And Côte d'Ivoire coming up with some big-time plays when needed, especially by their veteran, number 77. Jean-Philippe Daly, that 3-point shot grazed the front rim. And now Côte d'Ivoire, they have the lead. They want to use clock unless there's a good shot, I would imagine. I know there's a lot of time left, so you don't want to waste too much time. And somehow banks it in. And, well, you know what? If that's what needs to be done, Zuzua is the man who's going to get it done, I think it was. Again, I talked about the respect that these two teams and these players have for each other. Even though they compete, things are going to get heated. At the end of the day, they're always checking on each other, and that's what sportsmanship is all about. And a foul away from the ball on that cut. Point shot, gets it to go. They are not out of it, folks. Diop, 10 points. And comes up with a defensive effort. He doesn't get the steal, but it's because of him. This time attacking the basket. And that would have brought the house down. Sane, Babacar Sane will go to the free throw line for 2, though. Just like the fans, I was up when I saw him attacking the basket as well. Not able to score, but will go to the free throw line. So both teams in the bonus, and that's something we need to keep an eye on. Côte d'Ivoire shooting 89%, 70% for Senegal. And if this game does come down to free throws, you wonder if that differential in shooting percentages is gonna cost a game. Cisse pulls it back out. Tough shot! Gets it to go. Are you kidding me? Jonathan Cisse playing with the senior team for the first time comes up with the biggest shot in his young career. I am sure of that. But on the other end, a miss and an offensive rebound. Just a great job. Second chance points. 19 now for Senegal. There's the field goal shooting, I should say. Well, strong take is rewarded. And maybe got there a little late. Referee was right there. I didn't have a great look. Semicircle. How about that offensive rebound, though? Diop getting it done. And I talked about that man, Jonathan Cisse. Has not played in an official FIBA game with the senior team. And he's checking out of the game right now. But that last shot by him will be one of the biggest in his early career here with the national team. misses. There for the offensive rebound, no good, but they come up with another offensive rebound. And, well, both teams, when needed, have come up with big offensive rebounds in this game. We got 5 minutes remaining. Shake and bake. And that time, no good. They're getting out. They're running. And now, no, they want to slow it down and run the offense. They find Boissy penetrate, kick, and that shot is no good. And we have a foul, and this is not the kind, Falfaye, these are not the kind of fouls that you want to give up. And this is time, score, knowing what is happening during the game, and you're putting a good free throw shooting team to the free throw line and just unaware. I understand at a different point in the game, yeah, you take that foul to try and slow down the break, but you need to know the foul count. Nice pass inside. And that one, I don't know if it just came out of his hands or the defender got a touch on the ball. Mulura gives it up. Yebo's shot. I'm not sure if it was tipped though. And they say no. And we're gonna have the advantage of looking at a replay, I'm sure. The referees aren't. Can't really see from this angle. Not sure if the ball might have changed trajectory a little bit. And that one, well, Senegal kind of going away from the success that they had offensively in that third quarter here in the fourth. Mulare has it up top, taking their time, using the clock, running their offense, and, well, a foul from behind is Boissy says that I think he was pushed or hooked or held. Simeon Mulare is going to go to the free throw line, though. And again, I talked about it a minute and a half, 2 minutes ago, how the way that both these teams are shooting free throws, you don't really want to put Côte d'Ivoire to the free throw line because they are so successful in this game. You're talking about a 20% shooting differential between Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire from the free throw line. That three-point shot is good. They are staying alive, folks. It's a 6-point game. 2 possessions, 3 minutes remaining here in Dakar. Mulare gives it up and gets it right back. And they're using as much clock as possible, but you gotta get a shot off. You can't turn it over. And that time, there is no question the ball was gonna go in. Ibrahima Falfaye flushing it home. And we have a timeout. So I like the fact that Côte d'Ivoire are using as much clock because they have the lead, but you need to get a shot attempt up and not turn the ball over because you're going to give up easy baskets on the other end if that is the case. So time and score, absolutely, but if you have a good look, you still need to stay aggressive. In Côte d'Ivoire, the success that they have had, especially offensively, is all about staying aggressive, in my opinion. Well, there it is, points per quarter. Foul trouble. Kone, 4. Tepe, 3. Utara, 3. So, not a lot of foul trouble unless this game, Dally has 3 too, sorry. Not a lot of foul trouble unless this game gets going into overtime. Well, Jean-Jacques Boisset, 11 points, has not been the best offensive performance for that man. He had those back-to-back threes in the third quarter that got Senegal going big time. (77-81), Ibu Badje into the game for Senegal. That's some monster dunks, monster blocks, press break, and we have a hard foul, so going to the free throw line. Well, good thing is no one was injured on that play. And I think as normal humans don't know what it's like. And well, Badje has 5 fouls, so he's going to have to exit the game, unfortunately. He has been a highlight reel when he has been on the court. So a big loss for Senegal. And well, misses the first. I was talking about how good Côte d'Ivoire are shooting from the free throw line. That three-point shot, front rim, they come up with the offensive rebound though. Well, 77-82, 2:10 remaining. This is a lot of time, folks. Don't give up on Senegal, especially playing at home. But if they're going to foul and put Côte d'Ivoire to the free throw line, they are making things more complicated for themselves, absolutely. Cisse, what a game that man has had for Côte d'Ivoire. And a little bit of full court pressure. I think they don't want to give any quick, easy looks after the free throw to Senegal. 77-83. This is a group of 4. This is the first game in these qualifiers that both these teams have played. And we'll talk more about that. So now we're just fouling, and really unnecessary fouling in my opinion. And maybe that's a little bit of experience, emotions, not sure, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna lose, you don't wanna lose by as much as possible. It has to be the least amount of points as possible. And right now, these fouls away from the ball, just try and play good defense, get a stop, go down, and a score on the other end. It's 77-85, folks. We got a minute 40, and we have a timeout by Coach Diop and Senegal. Well, I don't know if you advance the ball. It's still only a 2-possession game, and a minute 40 left is a long time to play. Do you take your chances, not advance the ball, run a set in movement, get a good look, 2-point or 3-point? Thing is, you can't foul Côte d'Ivoire, especially with the way they have shooting 3 tonight. They're still at around 90%, I'm gonna say. Sorry, 80%. Still a strong free throw shooting team. Well, 77-85 after those free throws. Well, you go to that man out of a timeout, absolutely. I said a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, and they went with the 2. They got the 2 to go. So much time, and I think as a spectator, you see the clock winding down, you worry, but you know there's a 24-second shot clock. Cisse has to put up a tough one. You got to come up with a rebound, though. And if you give up rebounds, that's when stuff becomes difficult. But no, this time they come up with a steal, and they give it right back, though. And an easy 2-point bucket. How many times have we seen that here tonight? A turnover or a steal, and then they give it right back with a turnover on the other end. That 3-point shot, no good. Cisse with the rebound. And I think the Coach Ramos is saying the score is not correct. $79-87 right now. And we have another Senegal player fouling out as Jonathan Cisse. So Ibrahima Falfaye heading to the bench. Nice game he has had, just not there at the end of the game. Cisse misses the first. Makes the second. Wasi pushing the tempo. Again, even if you lose, you want to try and lose by the least amount of points possible. If you win, you want to win by the most points you can. And Yebo, little floater, one's no good. And they don't want, I was just gonna say, they don't want to foul, but they do. Kevin Yebo does not agree with the foul, but it is called on him. So 2 free throws. coming up for Senegal. Well, both teams going to the free throw line a lot in this game. Make it 80-88, comes up with the offensive rebound though, kicks it out, that three-point shot, no good. And this time, they come up with a defensive rebound and Cisse is fouled quickly. And that just might be it, folks. It is an 8-point game and Côte d'Ivoire heading to the free throw line. Free throw shooting's gone down a little bit here in the fourth quarter as Jonathan Cisse makes the first of 2. Make that 2 of 2. And that is gonna be it. They'll try and get a score here. Boisse gives it up, extra pass, and at the buzzer, it would count. But no good is Babacar Sane, and Kevin Yabo is celebrating with his teammates. Yabo and Dale know what it takes to get to the next level as a big win in Senegal. That is the final score, folks. Senegal 80, Côte d'Ivoire 90. I think it's the first time these two coaches have gone up against each other, coaching their respective teams, but trust me, these players have played a lot of games against each other throughout the years, youth competition, senior competitions, and as heated as it got during the game, a lot of respect, a lot of respect for each other. But right now, Côte d'Ivoire, they get to celebrate, and they should be celebrating because they just beat Senegal on their home court. Well, what a great atmosphere here tonight, and I hope the loss of Senegal will not discourage these fans to come out, because Senegal will be back in action in a couple days, as well as Côte d'Ivoire. Basically, they have a day off to recover, recoup, and prepare for the next game. And this is what those qualifiers are about. And, you know, World Cup events, that's what it is, as we get a look at the shooting percentages for both teams. They struggled from three-point range, 4 of 29. You're not going to be able to win a game if you were shooting that kind of percentage while putting up that many shots. Other than that, statistics were more or less even. Look at this: rebounds, assists, turnovers. Boisse 13 points, Yebo 15, Dali 12, Falfaye 13, Diop 12, and Zuzua with 12 as well. Like I said, a lot of it was really equal as Côte d'Ivoire is still celebrating. Well, they're going to have to get back, get some treatment, get some food, because I'm sure they're going to have practice tomorrow, as they are going to have to prepare for their game. As we get to watch some highlights from the fourth quarter, as well, Côte d'Ivoire did exactly what they needed to do all game long. They led for the entirety of this game, minus the first 2 points that Senegal scored. It was 2-0 at around the 8:30 mark, and then it was all team in orange, the Elephants, in control the entire game long. And trust me, Senegal went on runs during the game. They gave themselves second chance opportunities. They crashed the offense's rebounds. They came up with 44 points inside the paint. And they had 19 second chance points. I do think that three-point shooting, considering how many three-pointers they attempted, really affected them. And it's difficult to win a game when you shoot 4 of 29 from 3. Maybe they should have continued to attack, try and get to the free throw line, or try and score inside the paint where they had the success. But all Côte d'Ivoire tonight, 90 points for them as they beat Senegal 80-90. And there it is, Côte d'Ivoire, they're in first right now in Group B. Congo DR beat Madagascar earlier, and that was today's scores, folks. 87 for Congo DR, 79 for Madagascar. Senegal falling at home, 80. Côte d'Ivoire, 90 in game day 1 of this Group B, the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, we will be back for more World Cup qualifiers actions in 2 days. From FIBA and myself, good night and see you next time.